What's going on, my people? A nice close up. What's going on? I need an haircut. I don't need you to tell me, okay? I'm working on it. I'll get it done. What's going on, everybody? It was a rough day today. Windy, rainy. Got a little bit colder as well. We had to turn the heat on. It was not nice. But hopefully, from tomorrow onwards, we should have always above 20 degrees. Nice and sunny. And I'm really looking forward to that. In the meantime, my plan on growing is going really well. I'm happy, and I feel way better since I trained. If I'm honest with you, I feel 100 times better. I got back into training, into walking around today. I had a very good walk. It was good. It was good. And today was the first day with Starlink. With a bad day, because I was like, maybe Starlink, when it's windy, when it's rainy, it might get a little bit funny. Not a beep, not a single beep. Steady, brother. The signal is steady. It's really good. I'm really, really impressed with it so far. Excelente. So today I thought I would wake up with more aches in my body, and I have to be honest, I am sore. I'm very sore. My back, my lats are really sore. My chest, I feel sore everywhere, so it's good. But I thought it was gonna be worse, so it's good. It's good because I pushed really hard and my recovery is getting better. Although I'm not testing it, I don't, you know. Let's see what people say. Tell me what you focus on, guys, and then we're gonna go through. I'm gonna go and tell you how Ronnie Coleman used to train, and a little bit of a couple of insights in his way to Mr. Olympia, because he was almost retiring before going and winning 7 Mr. Olympia, or maybe 8. Giuseppe, what's going on? Please subscribe, guys. Get me going with some subscribers. I'm doing this every day. I'm talking training. I'm dropping fact. I'm talking history of bodybuilding, of training. If you want to ask anything about training, ask. Because I will probably be able to help you not to help you, but to talk about it, perhaps, okay? So like and subscribe, and let's go. So Ronnie Coleman coming up. First of all, a genetic freak, okay? Legends say that he had 18 inches arm, aged 18 years old. I mean, he was 20, natural. I mean, we are talking about a man that is not normal in that sense, okay? An absolute genetic freak, okay? So not everybody, actually nobody, can do what he did, okay? Not even other bodybuilders, which are also gifted with genetics, okay? And Ronnie Coleman, coming up, he was struggling, right? He was struggling because he would place 7th, 8th he wouldn't place well, if I'm honest with you. As a fact that the year that he won against, I believe was Flex Wheeler, he won against Flex Wheeler, he wasn't expecting to win. He was happy with the top 5, right? And when he won, yeah, it was unexpected for him because he didn't believe, because he had a lot of problems with the, believe it or not, he wasn't eating enough. Can you believe that? He wasn't eating enough. So going to that Mr. Olympia, which I don't remember the year, you have to forgive me, but I want to believe it's either 2000, no, it's probably 1998. Very likely it's 1998, the first year Ronnie Coleman won the Mr. Olympia. And it was having this problem, right, where his body wasn't coming up. It was too big. He struggled to condition. He struggled to look, to appear, to win, you know. And so he got a nutritionist, and he came out that he wasn't eating enough. Yeah, he was training too much, and he wasn't eating enough. So he followed what the nutritionist said, and his body just exploded. He got to like 280 pounds on competition day at some point. Ronnie Coleman, it's a monster of a man with 2% body fat. You can imagine. And but the funny story is that the night before the Mr. Olympia, he was at the back with Flex Wheeler, which is a good. He became afterwards a good friend of him, and he got him to drink. I don't know if a little bit of vodka, because he told Ronnie that it was too tense, that it was holding up water because it was too tense, it was too agitated. So he said, let's drink a little bit of vodka or whatever it was together to loosen up a little bit. It turns out they start drinking this thing, and Ronnie Coleman, what alcohol does, it dehydrates you. It absolutely dehydrates you. There are fighters, especially in South America, that to cut weight they use wine. They don't eat before to go to bed. They drink a couple of glasses of wine. It's not the best experience, you know, but what the wine does, it dehydrates you, so it sucks all the water. And this is what happened to Ronnie Coleman the day after. He woke up, it was a monster, absolutely shredded. All that water was gone, and he went on to win the competition that year. And he I want to say he won 8 years in a row. Same as Lee Haney. They are the only two that won 8 Mr. Olympias in a row. The only two in history. And so that's the thing about the Mr. Olympia with him. But how did he train? And how, like, he approached this thing, yeah? Ronnie Coleman is the only bodybuilder worth mentioning, right, winning, okay, that used to powerlift. Ronnie Coleman loved powerlifting. It was his thing. There are thousands of videos online where you see him squatting 800 pounds, deadlifting God knows how much, bench pressing the world. Because that system worked for his genetic. You know, he was a monster naturally. He had to lift like a monster. You know, and yeah. So if you're not a monster like him, I don't think that's sustainable. Although, you know, also for him, unfortunately, it wasn't sustainable because he's got a couple of serious injuries on his back. He's not He's healthy and everything. You see him on YouTube all the time, but he's not walking really well. His back is gone because all that deadlifting, that squatting, and everything destroyed his back. And a monster of a man, an absolute monster. Do you have an? No, I don't have an OnlyFans, and I don't know why it was hidden. I don't find the question offensive or anything. Anyway, full body, midsection, lower body, nobody upper body. Nobody looking after these big guns. Nobody is killing the upper chest, the upper back, shoulders, arms. None of that. I'm telling you, yesterday I did some squats, and I can tell you tomorrow I'm gonna feel them, because it takes about 2 days. Yeah, to be my worst day. But I like the full body thing. How do you approach the full body? You know what? I like this. When I was lean and I wanted to be lean and agile, and I wanted my body to serve a different purpose, I would do a lot of circuits. Like you pick 8 exercises, body weight, yeah, no weights involved. 8 exercises. It could be squatting, lunging, crunches, side planks. Although I don't like those things at all. I don't like those things at all, man. I have to be honest. I can't. I got clients that want to do it, and I'll let them do it, because however, you gotta do what you like doing. But planks are the most useless things there is in the world. You tell me what, because every exercise, yeah, you can translate it into something that you do. Okay, when you press, it might be something above you that you need to press. When you rotate, it might be something on the side. When you deadlifting, you're picking up the shopping bags. Do you know what I mean? Everything can be translated into something that you really do in life. Everything. Or that you could do in life. Right? I don't remember last time I had to do this movement, but it could happen. You know, something. My dogs. Hang on a minute. No. Hold on a minute, guys. Sorry, guys. My dog just. Bro, these animals, man. They're lucky I love them. Okay, give me a minute. Sorry guys, I had to go and sort out my dogs. Here we go. So, what we were saying, Ronnie Coleman, yeah man, a monster. He would powerlift. He would just lift the world. Bench press, squats, deadlift, and repeat, mostly. It's not sustainable, it wasn't sustainable. That's why it's got the injuries. And what you're gonna do, you do what you want, you know. I guess, guys, like and subscribe if you can. Yeah, come on, guys, send me to 400 subscribers to something. It's free to subscribe. You know, I'm doing this every day. Sometimes I feel like I'm an idiot. What am I doing? But you know, it takes time. Beautiful thing takes time. So I guess this was one of them. You know, and that's it. I love training. I love painting. I love anything really. Football, MMA, anything. Seriously, I like loads of things. But majority of people is voting full body. And I was saying, I like the circuits. If I was lean, I mean, I'm not super big, but I'm not lean as I used to be. Like, if you want to be lean, agile, mobile, like, circuits are the best. Little circuits, you pick 8 to 10 exercises, body weight, squat, crunches, lunges, whatever. I was saying planks are the worst thing ever. That's what I was saying. See, I was coming to it. I mean, if you want to destroy your shoulders, plank may be the best thing for you. I don't believe in planks. Can anybody tell me what that plank translates into? What is it that you're gonna do? Well, it doesn't translate. It doesn't move. You know, it does. It's just too much on the shoulders. You got all your body weights on the shoulders. Perhaps it's not something that you should do as a beginner. You know, first thing, starting thing, planks. Are you crazy? So you're gonna put full body on two unconditioned shoulders. Imagine you don't train, you overweight. There's nothing, you know. You go to the gym, you do the entry level classes, right? And they get you to do planks on the first day. Yeah, that's bonkers. There's nothing more wrong than that, right? The shoulders are not strong at all. I haven't trained in years, and now I have to put my whole body on them for a minute, and maybe multiple times. Are you crazy? A beginner should start with 1 kg weights, 2 kgs weights max, and get those muscles alive. First of all, you have to resuscitate. I don't know if it's the word, but you have to revive all those muscles. You gotta push blood on those muscles slowly. You have to treat them like newborns. So you don't want to put your whole body on something that hasn't received any weight at all. You can't go from zero to full body weight on something. That is just wrong. So you pick small weights, right? 1 kg, 2 kg. Doesn't matter you're a man or woman, how big or small you are. That's how you do it. And you get those motion in. You get somebody to teach you the best way to engage those muscles. You don't get a trainer to tell you how many reps or how many of this, or it's not about numbers. Your trainer is a guy that should get you, yeah, to engage the muscle through movements, right? In the best way possible and in the safest way possible. That's what a trainer should do. So don't worry about those planks. Don't worry about those push-ups, right? Don't do them. That's why everybody's got shoulders messed up. Because people watch movies, they see that the guys start pushing, and they start pushing. I don't do push-ups. I don't do push-ups. I don't believe in them. I do not believe in them. First of all, right, vast majority of the push-ups you see people doing, and they say is the correct technique, they still engage 90% the triceps and 10% the chest. If you want to engage the chest with the push-ups, you will have to do it in a position that in most people's eyes would look wrong. Because you would have to lower your hands at your back to get this type of squeeze on the push-up. If you do the push-up like this, it's 90% the tricep that pull you up. The chest just assists the motion. You have to lower your hand. What you do when you're on a chest press, what you do, don't you arch your back? Right? You see people arching their back, create the gap on the bench to get that nice stretch of the pectoral muscle. The same thing has to be on the push-up. You have to lower your hand, get that arch, so it will look as correct to some people, to a lot of people. And I don't fancy it. I believe dips are way better. Although also dips are very, they're not for beginners, dips, because again, it's the full body lowered. It's really, really intense as exercise. It's not for beginners. When you're a beginner, learn how to breathe in the motion with some small weights. So you can move freely with them. You don't have too much resistance from the weight that could impair your free movement. So you get some little weights and you get the motion in, right? Elbow forward for the biceps, how to do the lateral raises with the rotation of the wrist, or with the pinky up for the back. Like, there are many things that with some small weights and a good trainer you can get done. Once you learn, and this is the hardest thing for a trainer to do. Beginners are like white belts in jiu-jitsu, extremely dangerous for themselves, because they're super unfit, they don't know what they're doing, but they want to do what you do. After 10 years, they want to do what you do. But obviously they're not, they don't have the conditioning, they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the breathing connection, they don't have anything, right? What happened to me most of the time is I tell people, don't go running, please. Get rid of some weight first, and then if you like running, we're gonna go running. And they still go running. They come back to me, my pinky hurts, my belly hurts, this hurt. Why did you go running when you are 30 pounds overweight? Do you know how to run? That was my question. No, I went running, my knee hurt. My hip also is a little bit sore, which is funny. And I have to tell you, Vinny, also my shoulder is a little bit, what happened to me? Like, you haven't trained in years, you are 30 pounds overweight, and you think you can go out and run for 1 hour. You don't have idea of how to run. And now you come back to me that you all hurt, and what do you want from me? What do you want from me? Right? Now, today, this was what happened to me most of the time. When a guy will come to me like that at the beginning of the show, I'll be like, you know what, you're telling me you all hurt, so today's going to be very boring for you. Because what you want me to do? You want me to keep hurting your body? You want me to keep increase your injuries, to get your injuries worse? No, so today we're going to be doing pretty much nothing. You're still going to pay me. It's on you that you got running, like, and it happens all the time, and it's It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. It's bonkers. And they blame it on you, you know. Like I tell them, don't go running. They go running. They can't train for a week because they all hurt. Their knee hurt. Everything hurts. Right? For like a week. They can't train. You're still gonna pay me, bro. That week that we didn't train, you still pay me. Because I gave you the knowledge. I gave you the thing. I told you. 1 hour running will put you 2 weeks back. He wouldn't push you forward in any way. You know what? Still do it. It's fine, bro. I love to be paid doing nothing. It's nothing better than getting paid without doing nothing, you know? But yeah, that's what it is, you know? That's what it is. But what are you going to do? What you going to do? What you going to do? You're going to like and subscribe, that's for sure. That's a fact. You're going to like and subscribe because I'm dropping knowledge, bro. Let me tell you. If you... Listen to this. Let me get a close-up here. If you're a beginner, right? I know I'm not trying to sell you my service and your shit, okay? Don't worry about nothing. I'm good. I'm just telling it for what it is. If you're overweight, yeah, and you don't have any training background, all right, don't go to these classes. Don't go to the gym classes. Beginners, not beginners, whatever. Don't go, right? Because they're going to injure you. Yeah, they mostly run by very young kids, super underpaid, that don't know what they're doing. They will get you to do push-ups, planks, and you're gonna destroy your both shoulders or one of them perhaps, for sure. Okay. If you're a beginner, the best thing you can do is go to a gym, pick a personal trainer, a good one. Start with the look. How do I know? Start with the look. Okay? He has to be a fit guy, right? And you'll be surprised here in Italy, man. You walk in a gym, nobody's fit. It's crazy. Like, how do you work in a gym looking like that? How can you, like, I don't work in a gym, right? But how do you expect people to listen to you looking like that? And I don't mean to be rude. It's like, if I was an hairdresser, right? And you see me with this beautiful head of mine, would you allow me to do your hair? It's common sense. It's common sense. So the best thing you can do is to go to a gym, pick a good trainer, possibly the older one is the best one, right? More experience, years in the business, right? Looking good. If you if you go to a gym and there is a 5-year-old PT that looks great, that is a good indication. The guy is 50 and he looks great. He must be doing something good. That's a good indication as well, right? If you get a 20 years old with a belly, no muscles on him, with the little keys and the badge on his neck, and his phone in his hand, how are you going to trust that guy? Based on what? You're going to trust that guy. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just common sense. So pick a trainer. Careful with it. Don't be afraid of swapping it. If he doesn't talk about time under tension, breathing, everything is an excuse to breathe. All we do is we can't do nothing without breathing, can we? Right? Life is not sustainable without breathing. We breathe when we sleep. We breathe all the time. And we breathe while we lift things. Because the brain doesn't know what we're doing. The brain perceives resistance, okay, and act upon it. But it doesn't understand what is the resistance caused. There is a resistance, but you want to push against it. That's what the brain knows. Okay? So, I got lost in translation here. Maybe I need to drink. I'm a little bit dehydrated. What I was saying, I got lost. Yeah, man, I was talking about breathing. So training is really an excuse to breathe heavy. When you lift, when you work out, you're gonna breathe heavy. And that is gonna cause things to happen, right? You need your heart rate to go up, okay? So, and you wanna be in control of your breathing. You can't think about training without thinking about breathing, right? You get your position in, you get your stance in, you make sure all the boxes are ticked, you get your core nice and engaged, you get your breathing together, and you start the motion. That's what you do. You breathe in the case of a squat or any other exercise. On the way down, I want to breathe in. I want to load the gun, right? Figuratively speaking, I'm talking about lifting weight. I'm breathing in on the way down. On the way up, I'm breathing out. I'm exploding like a savage. And I continue that circle. It becomes meditation, mate. Tell me what's the difference with meditation? Always control that breathing. You create that connection. Breathing, muscle, brain. There's going to be magic for you. I'm dropping knowledge nobody talks about it. But nobody talks about it, but everybody does it. It's just, I don't know why people do not mention the breathing aspect of it. But they all do it. Professional bodybuilders, they all breathe perfectly. You have to when you lift the world. Everything is an excuse to breathe. Stretching. You can't be stretching holding your breath. You gotta let that breathing go. You gotta let it go. Stretching is not about pushing or pulling anything, it's about releasing. And to release you have to breathe. And after 45 minutes that you breathe and you are conscious about your breathing, then you're gonna bring that consciousness with you in time in your day-to-day life. You know, when people talk to you and you get agitated, you breathe, you get agitated, you start breathing. It's all around. The number one thing, breathing. Get that oxygen in. You know what I'm saying? To preserve life more than anything, mate. You know? So yeah, get a trainer, get a competent one. If you're not convinced, move it. Change, pick another one, right? And again, it has to be mentioning time under tension. It has to be mentioning breathing for sure. It has to be talking about stances, core engagement, and it has to be meticulous with your technique. Okay? If one of these boxes is not ticked, it's not the guy. It's not the guy. It's simple as that. It's not the guy. Do you know what I mean? Simple. Very simple. Very simple. If he tried to destroy you on your first session, it's not the guy. It's not the guy. I train 40 plus, okay? 40 years old plus people. If we skip a week of training, or 2 weeks of training, we go back to square one. The first week we back, the first 2 weeks we back, I'm gonna be not boring, but they're gonna be easy, super easy, because this is a long run. It's not a sprint. And I prefer safe than sorry when we talk about longevity. If a guy comes to me and tells me, Vin, I wanna lift the world, right? It's another story. But for longevity, I'd rather be safe than sorry. So you have to take the long road, the long one. Get those muscles in. Engaged, breathe. When you get those things in, then you can challenge yourself. Week by week, slowly. You won't even realize very soon you're lifting heavy or perhaps challenging weights. You know, you're not going to be lifting 1 or 2 kg forever. It's going to be a short period of time. But you have to start with those. If you don't have any training background, you have to. And machines as well. Machines. I can't stand people that don't like machines. How do you not like machines? Machines are the best thing for injury prevention, recovery from injuries, and for beginners. For beginners, mate. You know? From yeah, man, it's not gonna be super easy because now these gyms I want to talk about where I am, like Italy. I can say for the gyms that I saw, right? There are loads of very young kids just qualified with a very little experience, and they could be extremely dangerous. Right? The same way I was really dangerous when I just qualified when I was 28, that I didn't know nothing. So you came to me to train. On paper I could. I was just qualified. But the truth is, I'm just a guy that never worked I never was in the job. I got a paper, you know, but I am severely inexperienced. I really don't have the experience. I have to learn in the job, you know. So that's this is what I got to say about it, and avoid heavy squats, heavy deadlift. You don't need them. I'd rather lighter weight, controlled with the squat or body weight, just to keep those hip flexors nice and strong as well. And that is it, man. Take it easy, right? Because I gotta go, because my dogs are going bananas. I hope I got a couple of subscribers tonight, because I dropped some real knowledge today. Yeah, and I see you tomorrow, guys. Take care. Good night.